Check out this free video and make sure you hit like and subscribe. All right, what did you think of Clash in Paris?
I thought it was a good show. The first couple of matches, so-so, but the second half was really good. It wasn't really from a news standpoint. I didn't really feel much news coming out of the show. It just felt like it was kind of there. But the Sheamus and Rusev match was really good. And the John Cena Logan Paul match was really good. Little sloppy in spots. Thought Logan Paul was really, really good, and John worked really hard. I didn't think John was great, but he worked very hard. It seemed like he was catching his breath a lot and everything. They went really long, maybe longer than they needed to, but I mean, they did a match with like a million near falls. I mean, that's what they were doing. And then the four-way was a solid, real good match, not match of the year or anything like that, but it was pretty well done. I thought Seth did a great job, and they went in there with Jey Uso supposedly injured because he tried to save Roman Reigns and got speared by Braun Breaker early in the show. LA Knight did very well. Punk was fine. And Becky Lynch gave Punk a low blow when he just about had the title won. He gave Rollins, he escaped from the curb. He missed, he escaped from the curb stomp, hit the GTS, went for a second GTS, to make sure he won because everyone was kicking out of every move anyway. And Becky Lynch, under a mask, came out and gave him a low blow. And certainly all the hints are out there. I mean, it's not confirmed, but all the hints are out there that this is going to lead to AJ Lee coming in a feud with Seth Rollins and Becky Lynch against Punk and AJ Lee, which actually should do really well. I think AJ Lee's return would be a big deal, at least short term. I wouldn't anticipate she'd be back long term, but for short term, I think it would be a pretty hot program because she hasn't been around in a long time. But again, that is not confirmed, but certainly there were a lot of things said during the broadcast where you could kind of get hints, including them trying to say, it's about what did Punk say? It's like it's now family or something like that. Or...
No, it was actually Seth during the beatdown said, "I hate your family."
Right. Yeah, and there were a couple of other mentions during this broadcast as well. So that could be the direction coming up. So there you go.
Well, it opened up with Roman Reigns and Bronson Reed, and the astonishing thing about this show is the first match and the post-match angle, even though the match only went 20 minutes, this was the first hour of the show.
Yeah, it was like
because...
it was like between the introduction of the show, the match, and the post-match, which went a long time, it was 52 minutes.
Yeah, they opened up and they did all their stuff, and then these guys made their entrance, which of course with Roman takes forever. Then, you know how Roman is. The crowd starts singing, so he just lets them sing as long as they want. So that was another 5 minutes.
It was basically 3 minutes after the bell rang before they did anything. They
Yep.
they touched it 2 minutes, then they backed off because the crowd was still singing, and then it was about 3 minutes when they actually started the match.
So they once they got wrestling, I mean, it was kind of slow going early because that's a Roman Reigns match, and you know Bronson puts him in a chin lock for a while, and he fights out and gets a Samoan drop. But finally, he makes his big comeback, and once he made his comeback and they were going back and forth, it turned into a good match. And Bronson hit the big dive to the outside and threw him in the ring and went for the tsunami, but Roman moved, and Roman hit the spear. Or went for the spear, but Bronson actually grabbed a guillotine, powerbombed him for 2, tried another tsunami. Roman cut him off, hit the punch, hit a middle rope Samoan drop, hit the spear, got the pin. So at this point, we're about 40 minutes into the show, but then we had a very long angle, which was one of those WWE angles where you think it's over and then it's not, and they did it like 3 times. So first Roman wants his shoes back, and so Paul gets in the ring, and he begs off, and Roman says, just give me the shoes. And so he gives the guy the shoes. And then Roman grabs him, and I guess he didn't want to bump Paul.
Yeah, well, Roman threw the shoes in the crowd.
This is later. So first he grabs Paul, and he puts him in a guillotine. And Paul furiously taps, but then goes to sleep, and so he's dead. So Roman goes outside, and he starts throwing the shoes to the fans. Braun Breaker then appears and spears him on the table. And so they both sell it like they're dead, and Bronson finally gets to his feet, and he helps Paul up. And Braun, Paul, and Bronson start heading to the back. So they start helping Roman to the back. But of course, Braun returns! And he spears him in the aisle, throws him in the ring. Bronson hits a big tsunami. They leave him for dead. They leave again. Now all the geeks come out. They get the backboard. They take their time. They put Roman on it. And of course, Bronson returns. And he hits a big tsunami. And he kills Roman Reigns. So then Jey Uso comes out. And he runs down to the ring. And he goes to check on Roman. And the heels return again. And they kill Jey. And they leave him for dead. And then everyone gets him away, and they start taking Roman out. And then Bronson returns again, so this is a fourth return. Hits another tsunami. And so, yes, this was the 52-minute mark. But then they went to a commercial, and they came back for more, because Adam Pearce is kicking them out of the building. And the story is, if they return at any point tonight, they will be suspended indefinitely without pay. So the first hour of the pay-per-view was a setup for Seth supposedly having to come out all by himself. And it turns out he was not all by himself. Also looked like a injury angle, potentially, for Roman Reigns.
Well, Roman Reigns is filming Street Fighter, so it is an injury angle for him until he's done filming, which is going to be, I think, a week after the next pay-per-view, roughly. So yeah, it was a way to write him out for the next, roughly month, 4 weeks. And Cody was filming that, but they weren't filming at the same time. Cody's part was earlier. I think he may still be there. I think he is still there. But Roman is going, and I'm not sure when Goto's going.
Have you grabbed your F4WOnline.com shirt yet? Well, we got a bunch of them. They're up in the store right now. F4WOnline.com/shirts. You can grab your -5 stars shirt, your Dave Meltzer Wrestling Observer shirts, even the brand new After Dark Radio shirt. You love Granny? We have Granny's Gang shirts. Have you ever won a shoot battle royal? Probably not, but you can tell people you did. So check out the store. All of these great shirts and more. It's through Pro Wrestling Tees. F4WOnline.com/shirts. That's F4WOnline.com/shirts.